Hey y'all, thanks for checking out Euclid Mining. So super excited today. Got my second CPU mining rig all built, all set up. Really happy to get it up and running. Now, if you remember from my other videos, I had a Ryzen 5 and I was using that for gaming. I had another mining rig that I wasn't using and I just swapped the boards, put a little extra RAM, and I was back up and running on my main computer. And I took that one and I started CPU mining with it. So that's that Ryzen 5 and I'm really happy to have that running. It's still running really strong. But this time, I'm looking towards proof of work, as in Flux. So now, when I'm looking to make another CPU mining rig, I'm looking to have it be expandable and move on to the future. So this time, I went ahead and I got a Ryzen 7. Now, this is a 37, I think this is the 3700X, and that's the CPU I got. For the motherboard, I got the Strix X570-E gaming board. This is a pretty good board, going to get me where I want to be with it. Got a 100 terabyte drive, and I also got 32 gigs of RAM. Now, I went overboard, obviously, on the RAM. I definitely don't need that much in order to CPU mine, but when the time comes, I want to make sure I have enough RAM, enough storage, and a strong enough processor to really participate, and not only participate, but compete in the market. There's going to be a lot of people getting involved in this, and they're going to have probably better systems than I have, or the one that I'm building right now even. So I really want to try to build up and not just buy more, let's say, of these Ryzen 5s and just stack them up, even though they're reasonable profitable. I really am looking towards the future. So I know I made that mistake when I built my mining rigs. I got a good deal on Intel chips, so I did Intel on them. Really wish I had done all AMD, so I could have made them all CPU miners also, and I wasn't thinking back then. I was still green. Now that's all I'm buying because I know I can also CPU mine with them. Anyway, all put together, this is it right here. And you can see here's all the RAM, 8 gigs on each stick. I got something a little better than stock. Now, I am going to be looking at a different fan. There are better ones out there. Hashforce, if you've seen his channel, if you haven't, definitely check it out. He did a review on these fans. I'll leave a link in the description below. Not on these fans, but on better fans for cooling for CPU mining and looking towards proof of work when the time comes. So this is it here. Now, as far as putting this in a mount of sorts, if you saw my other video, I had bought some stands, and these are them here. And these are really great. These just sit on your table, and they mount your motherboard on a slant, allowing tons of airflow. So I really love these. These are great. But if I'm going to be looking towards proof of work or proof of useful work with Flux, I'm going to want to have it in a rig, say like an open air mining rig or even a case of sorts, just because I'm going to want to put GPUs in there too. And that's going to be a question down the road too, and we'll see about that when that time comes. Is it more profitable to put GPUs on to your rig for Flux proof of work or proof of useful work, or is it better just to straight GPU mine with them? So I'll figure that out when that day comes. But let's look over here at some profitability. Now, this is hashrate.no, and I've said it before, I always felt that they run their power limits much higher than you might typically run. So if you run more efficient settings or you're just sort of running down the middle of the road, these numbers may not be right for you. That's what I've noticed in the past. So anyway, when I look at these, I could see that this one right here should be getting 22-cent profitability per day. 20 cents on NiceHash and 10 cents on Monero. So those are the numbers it's saying I could make. I did look at this over here. I do have the 10-cent kilowatt hour in. Here's the Ryzen 7 3700X and the Ryzen 5 3600. If I scroll down, we can see that it's calling that I should be making 13 cents a day on NiceHash. So that's a lot different than what they're calling for here. This is the the Ryzen 5 that we're looking at. I couldn't find the Ryzen 7 listed on this site. They have a lot of CPUs, but they didn't have that one. So we're just looking at the numbers for this one. So you can see that it's saying that I should be making about 13 cents. So that's more Monero number down here. That doesn't even match up to what they're calling that NiceHash is going to pay you compared to what NiceHash themselves are saying. So you can see that the numbers do skew. So do your own research on this stuff, figure out which is going to be the best for you. I'm going to go ahead and do both of them. Never been a big fan of NiceHash. I did use NiceHash when I first started mining. They were a means to an end. I needed something to mine, didn't know about mining software, how to, not only just download it from where and then how to configure it. So NiceHash was great to get out the gate, but they've had problems in the past a couple times. So I tend to stay away from NiceHash. I will be mining with NiceHash just to try this out and see what the profitability is. But otherwise, I'm just mining straight with Monero and really just happy getting what I'm getting from that. But I will try NiceHash and see how much different it's going to be. Now that I have these two rigs, I am going to go ahead and start looking into that. Before, I was just running it and just really more excited to have it running. But now I'm going to really look into this and start pinning down which is the most profitable. When we look over here, you can see, like I said, they don't have any market cap even listed. You got to be careful with some of these coins. And just know what you're mining. Maybe I'll mine a little bit. The price is still so new, but the price is holding. Actually gone up a little bit, 284 and launched around 215, 216. So the price has been moving well with it. It has only been a month and a week. So, again, do your own research and figure that out. Look, I'm running GPUs, I'm running CPUs, and I'm running ASICs. I'd love to see in the comments down below what you're running. Of course, if you want to throw me a thumbs up, always love them, especially for all of this. This is some really exciting stuff. Like I said, I am going to look into a fan to change up on this when the time comes. But we'll see which way I go. Probably going to put it into a rig, get this thing fired up. Like I said, I'm super excited. So, hey, if you want to check out any of my other videos, I'm going to have one right up over there. If you want to subscribe to the channel, that button's right over there. I appreciate y'all checking in. See you next time. Thanks for watching.